They say education makes a person great. But today, I'll tell you a story. A story of three fathers who discovered that true greatness doesn't come from studying in big schools, but from the one who sees his parents' feet as the gateway to paradise. A village, a word that, when heard, brings a picture of simplicity, love, and peace to the heart. That village, where as soon as the sun rose, birds began to sing, where children ran barefoot, and where every door carried the fragrance of sincerity. In one corner of that village lived three old friends. Time had drawn wrinkles on their faces, but the sparkle of friendship was still alive in their eyes. With white hair, the three of them often sat near the well in the afternoons, talking about the old days, how that same well had once witnessed their youth. That day, the sunlight was especially strong. Despite the heat in the air, there was a strange calmness. The three friends were sitting near the well, filling water. Their hands were tired, but their hearts were peaceful. That peace which only people living simple lives can feel. The three were lost in their talk when suddenly a young boy passed by. Clean clothes, shining shoes, a bag on his shoulder, and confidence on his face. The first old man immediately lifted his head, smiled proudly, and said to his friends, "Look, that's my son. He studies at Beacon House, the most famous school in our village." His voice had that sparkle of pride that only appears on the faces of parents. The boy looked at his father from a distance, smiled a little, greeted him politely, and walked away without stopping. For a moment, happiness flashed across the old man's face. But the very next moment, he became silent, as if he wanted to say something but couldn't find the words. A little later, another young boy passed by. Books in his hands, confidence on his face, and quick steps. The second old man sat up straight and said happily, "That's my son. He studies at Scholars Academy. His teachers never stop praising him. He's very intelligent." That boy too greeted respectfully and walked away. The old man smiled, and the other two nodded, as if all of them were proud of their sons. But the third old man stayed quiet. No competition, no pride, no boasting. Just a calm face and kindness in his eyes. A few moments later, another boy came by. Simple clothes, slippers on his feet, empty hands, but love shining on his face, and deep sincerity in his eyes. As soon as he saw his father, he ran towards him. "Assalamu alaikum, father," he said softly, bowing down and kissing his father's hands. There was gentleness in his voice and respect in his manner. Then he said lovingly, "Father, you're carrying water at this age? Let me take it. You must be tired." He lifted the heavy bucket onto his shoulder and said respectfully, "Let's go, father. Mom must be waiting." A smile spread across the old man's face. A smile filled with peace, pride, and the light of prayers. The other two old men just watched silently. The pride on their faces had faded. Only quiet amazement remained. Finally, the third old man lifted his head gently and said with a soft smile, "My friends, my son doesn't study in any big or famous school. He goes to the government school in the village. But remember, a child's first school is the lap of his parents, and the first lesson is the respect of parents. Big schools can teach knowledge, but they can't teach good manners. And the one who doesn't respect his parents, no matter how much he studies, can never succeed in life. Hearing this, the other two friends stayed silent. A strange feeling woke up in their hearts. Maybe, for the first time, they understood that real education is not found in books, degrees, or school names, but in how a child speaks to his parents. The one who respects his parents, the world itself bows before him, because manners are the real education and parents are the real teachers. That was today's story. Now tell me, what did you learn from this story? Write your answer in the comments. I'll be waiting to read your thoughts. And yes, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share Tales by Manis. Thank you for being a part of this journey.